What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what actually makes you succeed in wholesaling real estate, right? So there are a bunch of videos, helpful and great videos on YouTube about wholesaling real estate, but it can be anywhere from how to create an LLC to how to actually skip trace and cold call sellers. In today's video, we're going to concentrate mostly on the money generating activities in your wholesaling business and how to actually succeed as a beginner wholesaler, or just to create a business where you can scale it and consistently get deals on a monthly basis. So if you all do not mind, just like this video, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. How do you actually succeed in wholesaling real estate? So first, I want to talk about what doesn't actually make you money in this business, what doesn't make you succeed in this business. So as a beginner, a lot of times you want to just dive right into wholesaling, and that's wonderful, that's great, that's what I want from you all. But a lot of times, I guess just from different information you hear online and a lot of fear that you may have, you start concentrating on other things that does not matter in this business at all, such as creating an LLC. I hear a bunch of beginners or people message me on Facebook or Instagram and on YouTube about, oh, should I create an LLC? Should I do it after my first 3 deals? Should I do it right now? And different things like that. And I'm here to tell you all, do not concentrate on the legalities of creating a business with wholesaling. You can close deals in your personal name without creating an S Corp or an LLC. So do not concentrate on that. That is not going to make you succeed in wholesaling real estate. Yes, after you are consistently getting deals and like your income in it is getting bigger and bigger, that's when you can consider creating an LLC, but at the moment, not right now. Another thing that a lot of people concentrate are like the aesthetics, the appearance of being a wholesaler. So that includes business cards, that includes a website, that includes getting t-shirts and just putting the facade that you're a wholesaler, that you're out here closing deals when you're, in fact not. Creating business cards, creating an LLC, creating websites. I still don't have a website. Maybe I should get a website in order to scale better in this business, but those things do not make you succeed in wholesaling real estate. So let's get right into what actually gets you to succeed in wholesaling real estate. So the first thing I want to talk about is what actually makes you money, what actually helps you succeed in this business is putting yourself in front of sellers, right? Whether that's, hey, you're working virtually and you're just cold calling a bunch of sellers, pulling in lists from a software like PropStream. PropStream is a software where you can get different data from different property owners, like distress lists, like tired landlords, vacant properties, bankruptcies, pre-foreclosures, and all that jazz. And you can get their information, then you can skip trace them, and then cold call them. And then you can do that all on PropStream. So if you are interested in PropStream, link down below. So we talked about you can do that virtually by cold calling people. So that's a practical way to do it. So you all, if you're virtually wholesaling, do that right now. Let's say you're in your neighborhood, just go out there, do some driving for dollars. If you really feel like you find a distressed property, but you just can't get in contact with the seller, knock on the person's door. What you can do, take note of this, you guys, go to your property's assessor's website, type in the address, and you can find the owner's information and their mailing address. So if their mailing address is not a PO box or anything like that, you can actually, possibly just knock on their door. For example, if you pull a list of pre-foreclosures from PropStream, instead of just cold calling them or sending that mail, if you're a beginner and you have a tight budget, you can just door knock all those people. You don't have to say, hey, I found out you're in pre-foreclosures. Do you want to sell your house? No, just knock and just say, hey, I'm an investor around the area. Just wanted to see if you're interested in selling your property, and just start the conversation like that. And of course, you can cold call them. You can send out direct mail. I have tutorials of me cold calling, of me sending direct mail list on my channel. So take a look at that. And just talking more about putting yourself in front of sellers. Something else that people do is that they work with realtors, because realtors can be the mediator between you and a seller, between you and a buyer. And so if you have good connections with realtors around the area, they can bring you off-market deals, properties, or even on-market deals, properties that are distressed, and they'll just give you first bids because they know you can move them. They know you have a good investors list, and they'll get paid, and they'll be glad to just send you these properties. So you all put yourself in front of sellers. And so the second part of money generating activities, what actually makes you money in this business, is actually putting yourself in front of buyers. So you have yourself putting yourself in front of sellers. Now you got to put yourself in front of buyers. So you do that by just connecting with them through Facebook. Joining a real estate group on Facebook has helped my business just connect with different wholesalers around the area and investors, sending them deals, just showing, hey, I'm working, even if they don't buy my deal, that they know that I'm a wholesaler and that I bring discounted properties to investors around the area. So Facebook is a great way to connect with people and to find cash buyers. Another thing on these Facebook groups, you can just search different posts that happened in the past. So if you're looking for wholesalers, type in the word like assigning or assignment, and it'll pull up different posts with those words. Or if you're looking for cash buyers, just type in the word cash buyers, and it'll pull up a list of wholesalers looking for cash buyers and different investors leaving their emails in the comments. So that's one way to put yourself in front of buyers. Another way to put yourself in front of investors is to actually use PropStream again to look at cash sales that happen around the area. So when you see cash sales around the area, what you can do on PropStream, you can actually open up PropStream and look at a cash sale of a person, and they have like the profile of that investor, and you can see other properties they own around the area or just around the country. And it's this thing called linked property. So if a cash buyer has a bunch of rentals, like 10 houses around the area, it will show that to you, and you know this is a serious cash buyer, whether they're flipping or holding rentals. You can contact them, cold call them, and just connect with them saying, hey, I see that you own a lot of properties around the area. I bring deals to investors like yourself. Can I add you to my list? What are you looking for? What are your buying criterias, and different things like that. Another way to succeed in wholesaling that, just to be frank, I need to do more of is just networking with more investors, more wholesalers, more on the cash buyer side. And to be frank, like going to more events, making sure I'm fully out there, advertising myself, because naturally I am more to myself, more of an introvert, and a little bit, you can get a little bit intimidated by like the bigger wholesalers or the bigger people, like, am I credible enough to talk here or do this or say that? But just to go out there and just don't care, you make mistakes about, relationships and different things like that, but you can work your way up and just build that credibility and that respect with people around your area. So that's something I have to do more on my end. Another thing I want to talk about how to succeed in wholesaling real estate is working with title companies, making sure your title companies are on top of all the different legalities with wholesaling, up to date with the regulations in your state about wholesaling, because more and more laws are coming out about what it is required for wholesaling in a specific city or a specific state. So that is something to consider. Another way to succeed in this business is just to immerse yourself in more and more knowledge about wholesaling real estate. And you notice that I kind of put this at the last part because I do think just putting yourself out there and just experiencing everything first is more of a learning experience than actually sitting down, watching a video, listening to a podcast, or reading a book. But this part is still important because it does help those other aspects of succeeding in wholesaling real estate. So when I say immerse yourself in more knowledge, and that basically means stick to one or two creators on YouTube about wholesaling real estate, whether that's me, whether that's someone else. Just try to stick to one or two and just practice what they're teaching you and just implement everything that you learn. So if they talk about how to find a cash buyers list, do that night that you watch that video, just for the the heck of it and just to practice. If you're listening to a podcast, learn from the different stories and testimonials and help that to inspire you to put yourself in front of sellers, put yourself in front of buyers. Immerse yourself in knowledge. Like, another good thing to really learn in this business is how to run numbers. So I believe that helps you succeed, but it's not more important than putting yourself in front of like a seller or buyer, but it is very important. So learning your numbers. So making sure you research, okay, what are the market values of these homes around this area? What are the repairs? Get more familiar with repairs. Now, repairs is very difficult. It's just over time you get better at kind of calculating it, but it can be difficult. That's what I want to kind of close out with, because I'm trying to put more questions of the days in my video. And so from my last video of me cold calling a seller, I want to put a question that was posed in that video up to you all and just answer it. So one of the questions was, it says, Biz, from Eric E. Lockridge. It says, Biz, I'm a new wholesaler in Nashville area who struggles with my ARV. Is that any way I could reach out for you for additional help? So thank you, Eric, so much for that question. It's a great question. And you're just around the corner from me in Nashville. But how to calculate ARV. So ARV is just after repair value. It's the market value of the property. So if you take a property, you fix it up, you fix up the kitchen, you fix up the bathroom, how much does that property sell for later down the road? And that's your after repair value. And once again, I put the card or the link down below on how to calculate ARV, repair costs, and your wholesale fee when you're wholesaling real estate. So take a look at that. So I hope you all really enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below, and like this video, and I'll talk to you all later.